A few days ago, Steve ran into Rusty James at the beach.
Rusty James.
Yeah.
It's me, Steve Hayes. What are you doing here?
I live here. What are you doing here?
I'm going to college here, probably when I get out of high school.
How long has it been? 5 or 6 years?
It has been 5 years already.
Oh, Steve, if he hadn't made me remember everything.
Rusty James heard that Biff Willocks was going to kill him. And B.J. Jackson, Smokey Bennett, and some other guys were there too. Biff said he was going to kill you, Rusty.
I'm not hiding.
Well, he said he was going to kill you.
Biff is a mean cat, Rusty James. He ain't so tough. What's the shock about him?
Something he said to Anita at school.
Shoot, I didn't say nothing. But the truth...
He went home. Rusty James went to Patty's house, and so... I'm not supposed to have company on Mother's house.
What's wrong?
This was a long time ago.
That hasn't stopped me before.
Well, I haven't seen you in a while.
I've been busy.
Rusty James and Patty go into her house and talk.
I'm here. I belong, Mark.
They started cussing each other out, name-calling, threats, but it was the rules in the fight. No one knew who was the one that made these rules. Then Biff took out a knife and charged at Rusty James. Smokey threw a bike chain at Rusty, and he got the chain and put it around Biff's neck. But then he cut Rusty's arm and felt a huge knife cut on the right of his arm. Rusty fell to the ground as Biff was going to kill Rusty James. The motorcycle boy took Biff's arm and snapped it backwards.
Rusty goes to school and he is not feeling well because of the cut on his side. He was late and had to get a late test and he missed their math. Steve was absent until lunch because his mother had a stroke and his mother is in the hospital. And now he's playing poker with Smokey and BJ.
You guys cheated. I can't have this rotten luck.
You're just a lousy poker player, Rusty James.
No, I ain't.
Yeah, you are. Every time you get a good hand, we can tell it. Every time you get a bad hand, we can tell. You're not going to live your life out of a gambling man.
Don't give me that. The cards were marked.
Rusty James goes to the gym and watches the basketball team practice. The coach asks him if he wants to earn the quick money.
Come here. You want to earn a quick $5? Price is giving me a lot of trouble these days.
Yeah.
I will give you $5 to beat him.
I can't fight for a while.
Yeah, man, you've been to the nurse.
No, I ain't gonna either.
Let me know when you're healed up.
Sure thing.
Rusty then went to Benny's and talked to Steve and asked about his mother.
How was your old lady?
Real sick. She's in the hospital.
It wasn't you sneaking out, was it?
No, it was not that.
Move it.
Charming child.
Motorcycle boy doesn't like you anymore.
I know.
She held out her arms and they were covered with tracks.
See?
If you ever cut me too dope, he will break my arm.
He's almost done it to me. I'm not hooked. I thought it could help, but I thought he was gone for good.
The motorcycle boy cannot stand people using dope.
Rusty James makes it to school by 1 o'clock. He is sent to Mr. Harrigan. He reads off a list of Rusty James' offenses: fighting, swearing, smoking, silencing teachers, and cutting classes. He says he is being sent to Cleveland High. Later on that day, Rusty James talks to Steve into coming out with him, and the motorcycle boy, the three of them walk across the bridge. Rusty James is carrying a bottle of Sneaky Pea he filled with a cherry vodka. Motorcycle boy does not drink. He likes to stay in control. Steve says that it makes a good sense having warned Rusty James about drinking too much. He is worried Rusty James will end up like his old man. They end up in a bar. The motorcycle plays pool while Rusty James and Steve sit at a table watching. Rusty James says,
I want to look just like him.
Steve asks Rusty James,
Is there anything that your brother can't do?
later the motorcycle boy is gone. Rusty James is not surprised. He and Steve went outside.
But the streets and alleys are dark and spooky. Rusty James hurries Steve along, trying to take shortcuts through the alleys. But then he gets beaten up by two guys and was hurt really bad.
Rusty James is hurting so bad the next day he decides to go to the free clinic. The doctor tells Rusty James he needs to go to the hospital for x-rays. But Rusty James hates hospitals more than jail. He leaves.
Then he goes to Steve's house. Rusty James has never been to Steve's, though he knows where it is. Steve sees him coming and holds the door open. Rusty James is shocked by the bruises on Steve's face. He wonders if it happened during the mugging, but his memory of it was fuzzy.
James spent the rest of his day at Benny's. He did not feel like playing pool, but he got a big audience when he started telling about the night he had. Then Patty came in.
Are you looking for me?
Nope. Then Smokey came in and sat next to Patty. Everyone got quiet, expecting Rusty James will beat Smokey up. Smokey looked at Patty puzzled, but she was looking at Rusty James. Patty still in love with him, but she never said so anymore. Then he tells her, Rusty James still loves her, but the weird thing was that everything was over. Then Smokey and Rusty walked outside the street, and everyone was looking out the window, seeing what they were going to do.
Smokey, tell me something about the night when we went to the lake with your cousin and those girls. Did you plan for it so you could get back to Patty? I mean, did you think this was like what it is while I was still done from the night fight?
I guess I did, but I never thought of that. It was a smart idea.
Did you really like Patty?
Well, yeah, even if she wasn't your chick, I still like her.
Okay.
Then Rusty James went into the pet store and saw the motorcycle boy.
What are you doing here?
The motorcycle boy was just looking at the fish, not moving.
Rumblefish. They'd kill each other if they could. That, right, Rusty James? Fighting fish. If they tried to kill each other, if you were a mirror and lean a mirror against the ball, they'd kill themselves. Fighting against its own reflection.
That's really neat. It has that.
Yeah, too bad I'm colorblind.
There was a warning shot, but the motorcycle boy did not hear it. Later there was a second shot, when they were almost by the river. When they turned the motorcycle boy in, he was smiling, and the rumblefish was swimming in the river. But he does not remember what happened.
Then knew he was put in handcuffs. All of a sudden, Rusty could not see any color other than black and white.
Can anyone hear me?
Rusty James was trying to scream, but they still could not hear his voice.
I think this kid, we better get this kid to the hospital. I think he's shocked or something. Shocked? He's falling on toes.
I never went back. Did you?
No.
I learned that if you want to work hard for something, if you work hard, you can get to the place you want to go.
Well, it'd be nice if I could think of some place to go.
Let's go to Sugar Shack. I will buy you a beer.
No, I got dried out a little prematurely.
No kidding.